Video recording for EDUKWEST is provided by Whatburner. Take Skype video to the next level. Record, edit, upload at vodburner.com.
Hi everyone and welcome. It's a new EDUKWEST, and as every week we are on the search for better education. Today I'm happy to be joined by Travis Biziorek. He is the co-founder and CEO of, we could say, a very hot startup at the moment called Kibin.com. And Travis, welcome to EDUKWEST.
Thank you.
First, Kibin, the name, does it have a certain meaning, or is it a wordplay, or was it just good because the website was not yet taken?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head with the latter there. It's just, scouring for a short, kind of easy to spell, easy to pronounce domain name that's also a .com, and they're very hard to find. So I actually had to purchase this one from someone in South Korea, so this was still even taken. So,
wow.
Yeah, there's no meaning behind it. It was just kind of made up, but it seems to be working.
I think it sticks, as you said. 5-letter domain name, so that's pretty good. And I think K is a strong letter in general, so it's sort of sticky, so that's already a good choice. And how would you describe to our audience in a few simple sentences what the original idea of Kibin is, and who needs it, or who do you help with it?
Sure. The original idea was just an easy and affordable way to get anything you write looked at by another person and then get feedback on that. And this came about for me because I was applying for law school and I needed someone to look over my application essay, so my personal statement. And it was just a horrible process trying to get my friends to help me. And I looked online for another solution, and there's services out there, but they were really expensive, and I didn't really know what kind of quality I was going to get. And I noticed a lot of online forums where people were coming together and just trading these essays through the forum, giving each other feedback. So I just figured that, why not build a marketplace solution based around this and, see if we can't solve this problem.
Absolutely. So you sort of saw already that, would you say, being a person outside of your friends and family, I have a more neutral way on the essay or the letter or maybe report somebody wants to get feedback and suggestions on, and it sort of in those forums worked the way, okay, you have a look at my thing and I correct yours for you.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what I saw going on. It was people were trading just like you would with your friend, but as you just pointed out, your friends are not always going to tell you that your writing's no good. So it's, if in ideal circumstances you get a stranger to look at it who's completely unbiased and is going to really tell you, what's good and what's not, and that's where you're going to get your best advice. So that's actually a really important aspect of our community, is that even if you think you know the person on the other end, you can remain anonymous so they never know who you are. But usually you end up, somebody picking up your paper in Kibin that you don't know anyway. We're able to provide really good feedback just because of that aspect. And that's a challenge also in the classroom. A lot of teachers do peer review on, when their students write essays, they trade in the classroom, and it's just a really awkward social thing to tell the person that you sit next to every day in class that their writing's terrible.
Yeah.
No kid wants to do that. So we're hoping to eventually build a classroom version of this where teachers can create groups so students can swap online and for homework, and the teachers see kind of who's leaving what feedback on each other's, but the kids never know. So that's one of the goals.
Great. And I guess as you were faced with this personal problem, is then also most of your audience, like let's say college students who need that for papers, for an application, up to young professionals, or do you also see the other side, so the academic side, professors or teachers, tutors also use Kibin already?
We're seeing it all, really, from everything from, like, kids in middle school to, high school, college, and then the working professionals. And it's really great because you see resumes, like, you never get bored of the stuff you see on there, from, like, short stories, resumes, and different essays. But it's also, there's a lot of people who just come to edit papers in their spare time because, and it seems because, number one, they enjoy doing it. They're ex-journalists or attorneys, or they hold PhDs in literature, and they love doing it. It's their passion. And the other thing is they really feel they're helping people, and they, find that it's really cool that they can come on, like, their spare time, sign in and just edit a couple papers and really impact somebody else. So that's some awesome feedback that we get. And, like, those people are really important to our community because it really functions because they do a lot of the editing. So yeah, we see all walks of life, and it's great.
Similar to the translation market, I feel that the editing industry is one of the, like, probably it's justified to say most old-fashioned industries, not yet disrupted. With Kibin, do you also want do you also have this bigger picture or wider approach of disrupting this whole industry, and that you see something is not going in the right direction there? It's always the same old structures, and there really needs to be some innovative startups taking on some of those established structures.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you just forget, like, schools and, like, teaching students to write better for a second and think about the way that we, digest news nowadays, it's really gone away from print. And something that's kind of, I feel, has suffered is, the grammar and punctuation that goes into things. Like, a lot of mistakes and a lot of errors are allowed to go through because bloggers are trying to post things really quickly these days, to be the first one to get the scoop and all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of the writing is suffering because of that, just the quality. And so one of our goals, like, long-term big vision is, like, we want to build this community where bloggers can put something through, push it through an API, and it comes back in, like, 15 minutes. So they actually, it's still in their time zone where they feel like, okay, this is worth the extra 15 minutes, and I'll still get this out in time, and I'll look better to our readers because we are grammatically correct and all those, errors are fixed. So that's kind of the big picture where I see a lot of innovation that hasn't caught up to the way, like, we digest news today. Yeah.
And so speaking of the of editors and their market, it seems, at least to me from outside, there seems to be an industry relatively untouched by new means and maybe new ways of editing. So, as you said in your very first answer, when you had a look at alternatives, everything was very expensive. So, what's your take or your explanation that up to now, 2011, they managed to maintain those prices and their status?
Sure. I mean, I think it's, I've been talking with, I don't know if you know him, but Josh Ellman a lot. Really good guy. He's been at Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Zazzle, Real Player, like, knows Silicon Valley, big guy. And he put it, better than I could ever put it. And he was looking through, like, our competitors. We sat down a couple of days ago, and he said, he's like, I look more and more at this, and it's like Web 1.0 figured out there's a huge business opportunity here, and Web 2.0 just never innovated on that. And I think it's because of that lack of innovation that those people have been able to hold on to the prices, because there's been nothing else. There's been nothing done. Like this, kind of community, social, trading papers and like having this huge medium to get this stuff done has never been created, and that's really how they've been able to hang on to that like market share. So that's what we're really trying to disrupt.
Great. So sounds to me that it's a pretty sweet spot you figured out for yourself, your company.
Yeah. It's one of those businesses that it's like really in the limelight right now, but it's a huge opportunity, and we're really excited about it. So.
And did you analyze how big the market volume is in total?
It's so hard to put a number on it. As you probably know, there's like 31 million high school and college students in the United States alone. And I've talked to a lot of our users, and they say they write like 30 papers per year on average. And that's like almost 1 billion papers just from students. So you start thinking about, the things that we just talked about, like the number of blog posts that go through, or the amount of content that's being created, like through crowdsourcing platforms and things like that. And there's just so much out there. I get pinged every day with people saying, I just wrote an ebook. I really need somebody to look it over, or, my psychology dissertation. And there's just so much stuff that people want edited. It's pretty incredible.
If someone looks at your website, it's a little bit, of course, you don't see the process of really something being edited. However, you can see who posted something and who started working on something. And the time I spent on your website, I have to say there was quite something going on. So that was also good to see. And could you explain us a little bit, how is the process? So I create my profile, and then so it's based on this exchange. I give something in order to get something. But maybe in your words, how do the users get their papers edited?
Yeah, it's your very stereotypical freemium model. Where you can get it for free, but there's a premium service involved also. So you don't actually have to create a profile. We do have you can fill out a profile and add a picture and all that stuff, but you just sign up and you're prompted right away to upload a paper and kind of classify that. Tell us, excuse me, a little bit like what that is. So when someone looks at it, they kind of have some context. And once you earn or purchase credits, so you can earn or purchase them, and you can do that by, providing feedback on someone else's paper, or you invite your friends and things like that. So once you have those credits, and credits are assigned based on the length of your paper, once you have those, your document's ready in the community, and someone can just snap it up and start providing feedback instantly for you. That's all done. Actually, we built an internal editing application in order to do this. So there's no emailing files back and forth and using Microsoft Word track changes and things like that. So they actually edit it on this application that we built, and they're not editing the text and changing the text. They're actually, you highlight it and you leave comments and, feedback and suggestions, and there's the typical strikeout and, modification and just things like that. So users get it back after that's all done. And this all happens in 24 hours. So we guarantee it's done in 24 hours as long as you have those credits. And you receive this back, and you click through each of the feedbacks, and you revise your paper externally, and then you're welcome to upload it as many times as you want.
And going a little bit on the premium service, I guess if you guarantee it within 24 hours for the premium, if I really want to get the free service, it takes as long as it takes, I guess. And
no,
no,
it seems that's becoming a common misconception right now with the press we're getting. The 24-hour thing is as long as you have those credits, it's done in 24 hours. As soon as you earn them, as soon as you purchase them, those are the same things to us. We get it done. So the only benefit right now of the premium option is that you don't have to earn, you don't have to spend time getting those credits. And we actually start you right now with 25 free credits. It's kind of important. So that's enough to get about 1,200 words reviewed, which is our average paper that's uploaded, average size.
Yeah, I would say.
Most people can get, 1 or 2 papers uploaded or reviewed doing absolutely nothing right now. So that's a benefit we wanted to just give people, just to get them through the funnel and, make them happy and see what they're going to end up getting if they did choose to put work in. We just want them to realize the value. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 24 hours as long as you have, enough credits to get it done.
And I am seeing that apparently you have quite some momentum at the moment. Certainly also a little bit due to the press you get, but about a week ago I think you had about 2,000 editors on the platform. Yeah. Today I had a look and you passed the 3,000, so yep. That will probably also be good in Definitely. Enhancing the speed of everything, and of course also the quality. I guess the more people work on it, the better the suggestions can be. So now let's say I'm a professional blogger and I am willing to pay for it. I think you have a very competitive price point when I upload. A word costs a cent, I think is correct. Yeah. And I get it within 24 hours then as well. And how do you manage to do this? Do you have then a fixed set of editors? People can work on my post, for example, during that period of time, or how can you say we really guarantee you get it by this and that time, this and that day? So,
I mean, I guess my co-founder Jim, he's our head developer, and he could talk more about the technology behind it. But basically, there's just a very complex algorithm behind all this, and it matches the papers up based on things like time of the day and kind of the activity on the site, and how close is that 24 hours getting to the end, and has that paper been looked at yet? So it's constantly reprioritizing documents on the back end to show them to, different users that are online at that time. And that's really how we do it. It's all technology. And it's like one of those things that a Web 1.0 company can't do. So that's the competitive advantage, is our editing application and, the marketplace, and then the ability to do it so quickly. We're definitely going to be working on getting it down even faster and faster. So this is just the start as far as like the speed.
Then the price point, 1 cent, and I know other like professional editors, I think, well, of course, depending on topic and difficulty and all of that, but I think it can go up to 30 cents or something like this. I am not sure how much, but there's a big difference in price. And how can you offer this to be so competitive?
Well, I mean, right now, the market we're really attacking right now is the very consumer-friendly one, where it's like I'm a student and I need anyone to look at my essay and just give me some feedback. That's generally, we're not dealing with the, molecular biology dissertation for your PhD and things like that. That's not yet, correct. So our plans so the short answer is, like, we're able to keep that low price point because these are very mainstream, if you'd want to call it that, like things that are being uploaded, like anything that, you could pick up, I could pick up, and we could offer some really great feedback. When it comes to those more niche documents, like I was talking about, the dissertations and things, we're actually, in the next few weeks, we're going to be allowing like our community's top editors to kind of be on a separate page as elite editors. We're going to call them something like that. And you'll be able to contact them directly and say, Kirsten, I want you to, look at my blog post on EdTech stuff because I know you're awesome with that. And you'll charge whatever you want to charge, and you guys can go back and forth and come to agreeing, on a quote. And we'll just simply take a percentage of that for driving you that traffic. So that's how we're going to deal with those, higher level I guess, requests in the
Sounds
future.
good to me. I think the demand will definitely be there, probably quite early on already. As just if you compare what an editor 1.0 takes, and if you're a professional and you just see the need is there and I have a certain budget, I'm convinced that there will be some business to be done.
Yeah.
And can you give us, I mean, you're pretty early on still as a service,
Sure.
but can you give us maybe some numbers of how many requests do you get a day, or how many reviews, suggestions are being done?
So right now we're easily doing over 100 papers are being processed with, I guess I call them like completed reviews per day, which sounds small, but that's a lot of papers being put through. Like Wednesday we had a lot of press and we did over 200. Today we're already close to 100. So I mean, I think that number is just going to keep increasing quite quickly. But like 2 weeks ago, we were happy to be doing a dozen a day. So it's definitely growing quickly, and word of mouth has been fantastic because it's all about making users happy and like giving them value, and that's what we've been doing, and they've been responding really well. So we're really happy with the growth.
And I hope also that more and more people will, of course, take advantage of the premium service. So not to.
Well, I mean, honestly, we're not focused on that much right now at all. We're really more concerned with, like I said, getting the value to the users and getting them to see that there's something here that can really help them. At first, so we just started that free 25 credits about a week and a half ago. And up until then, people had to earn them or purchase them right up front. And it's hard to get people to do that when they don't know if it's going to be worth their time. Like, I'm not going to sit there and edit someone's paper really well and cross my fingers and hope they do the same for me. So we just want to provide that value up front right away and build that confidence in them before we even, kind of put that wall up. So that's what we're focused on now.
That's a great idea. Naturally, at the beginning, it's all around the English language. Is there a thought already for offering something for an international community?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's we actually, we get a lot of users from all different countries that, English is their second language and they love that. But there's definitely, we want to translate the site and go global. It's just seems like such an obvious, easy path to do with this business. So, yeah, we're excited about all those opportunities.
Great. Travis, what was, let's say, the benefit or the experience of being accepted and being in Dave McClure's 500 Startups program? What did it bring to Kibin? It's
pretty much brought everything that far exceeded my expectations. The amount of progress that we've made since, it started May 23rd, the program started, and it's just been unbelievable the amount of progress we've been able to make there, like more than I had imagined. And the reason is because he's just built this insanely awesome network of mentors, people willing to help. You're stuck in there with 25 other companies, and they're all, working just as hard as you are, and it's just kind of that peer pressure environment to do well. It's the friendly competition too, and I say friendly because everyone's it's like a family. Like, everyone loves each other. We've all got each other's backs and always trying to help each other. Whether it's we trade co-founders for a day because I need a designer and somebody needs my developer, or we're making introductions to investors for each other. So it's very like an altruistic model that he's built, and it's just the culture is phenomenal. So because of all that, we've been able to just make more progress than I think we ever would have dreamed being able to make on our own. I have no idea where we'd be at this point if we weren't in there. So.
That's more or less what I hear or heard of the other companies in the program as well. So that's great. Okay, and I guess we can slowly wrap this up, but of course not without letting people know how to get in touch with you. The website, once again, is kibin.com, and otherwise, how would you like that people get in touch? Twitter, or where are you in social media?
It's easy to it's definitely easy to get a hold of me on Twitter. I am at tbizi. It's TBIZI. Kibin's Twitter is at Kibin Inc. We're still trying to get the very dormant at Kibin handle, but that hasn't panned out yet. So we're Kibin Inc. for now. And you can always email me, travis@kibin.com. And again, Kibin's Kibin. You'll probably have that written up.
Great.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I'll write a blog post around it, and will, of course, put the relevant links and ads and so on in there. Great. So thank you so much, Travis. That was really great having that talk, and thanks for presenting Kibin today.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Kirsten.